They call it wet anointing, and they are carrying their head. Head that they remove bimbre and put pap inside. Don't worry. Their time is coming. He will be the first that will be baptized in that water. If you remember some years ago, for some of you who have age, you know that was in East Africa. The president was like a dictator. You know, it was one of his bodyguards that eventually killed him. If you remember history. History will surely repeat itself. It will be these pastors' assistants. Or dirty slap. They will see stars. You see. Nigerian kid sister in Ghana 2 weeks ago. All that the pastor did, he thought it was business as usual. This is the same people he has been pastoring for years. He came with a brand new Range Rover. And see slap. If you are watching that video, even the wife is #1 beneficiary. Initially, they wanted to stop the pastor. When they saw how one was supposed that this the pastor will slap, she quickly ran, left him. Because she knows that maybe it will be a female star that will give her home. A female flock. I'm not for an assault, please. Don't misunderstand me. But it's going to come. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So brothers, continue. If you say I'm envious, continue. We will see who is envious of each other. When is still standing. When every other pastor they are chopping slap. And let me tell you, any pastor that chops slap will be better than the one that chops demonic slap. Let me tell you something about the devil. I've told them the nature of devil and demons. When people do wrong at judge, taking out the way Herod is taken out. Remember what happened to Herod? You know what the scripture wrote is an angel struck him and worms ate him up.
Yes.
Let me tell you this. The original Greek word, okay, an Hebrew word that is translated angel, is not angel, it's a general word for enders. It's a general word. A proof that you will know that angels don't do such things is demons. Is the night of the Passover. Even though the scripture called it angel, it was a demon of death. That is why, if it was an angel, if it's a matter of God saying, don't go to this house.
Yes.
Is anything too hard for God to do?
No, sir.
Why did they have to put the blood on the post? To tell that demon, this is a no-go area. It's the devil that has to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So guess what, people of God?
What, sir?
The people that will really do spiritual slap, spiritual flog for those pastors are those same demons they listen to deceive people. And brothers,
Yes, sir.
do you know the demon that will finish married men who are continuing this typical traditional marriage? Your own is actually twofold demons. First, the demon that you have made the woman to command. Because it's only queens that command angels. From the best domineering women, are you with me? Followed by transactional women, followed by lost women, and the worst, religious or slave women. None of those four categories of women can command angels. They command demons. Which is why I've told you, sisters, the more you kneel down, the more you're going down. You are not created to be subservient. No adult is created to be subservient to another adult. I've told you, I've explained to you before. It's not as simple. It's the ideal form of government when God created man. Are you with me? But you know what democracy, real democracy, not the autocracy we practice sometimes here in Africa. Okay?
Yes, sir.
In real democracy, do you know why it's the best system of government? Because in a real democracy, everybody has equal rights. Even if you are Mr. President, you are not superior to the unlearned, illiterate, poor beggar out there. Everybody has the same right. That's why God works in fully democratic countries. But God is not religious. That's the downside countries like China has. That's why thank God for children of God who are hearing the truth in countries like the United States. So their present don't drive them to the African level. Do you know why Africa is not prosperous? Hello? Should I tell you why?
Yes,
Because we lead people.
yes,
You are not created to lead people. You are not created to be kings over people. Everybody turn to Genesis chapter 1. Where are you today? See, many of us, our mind is so corrupt. When the scripture says every soul that sinneth shall die, did he say you should kill them?
no, sir.
I'm not talking about this one whose head is waiting for them, your enemy must die. In fact, you should get to that point in your life. You are not concerned about enemy. Even when you know the person as an enemy, as long as you don't fellowship with them, do good to them, bless them. You see what will happen to them. The scripture says you will heap coals of fire on their head. That's what I told you, sisters. No matter how dim back the guy is and he doesn't want to change, you tell yourself the truth. The reason why he has not chopped cake because you have allowed him to be your God. But when you realize that there's nothing here on earth that you should go to hell for, there's nothing. Oh yeah, somebody show me, tell me something on this heart. Oh yeah, that is what going to hell for. Oh yeah, walk.
I say it's what going to.
Oh, okay. What you say walk? I wonder how much they will pay you to go to hell. It's true now. What is it? There's nothing on this side. See those cases. How can a woman ever say such? That tells you the level. Do you know that's what is happening in the church? People will blaspheme against God, tell lies. People will sing songs that is blasphemous. But talk about their pastor. You almost want to kill you. Some of you are guilty. That's why you are guilty. Because you know that me, I will not tolerate that. You not think this truth I'm sharing with you is not. That's why when you are supposed to stand on this truth, you don't. When you are supposed to tell the people that because of you they are alive, see, better connect to the truth. If not, worse than this is coming to you. Don't. And you know why? Because you know in yourself that your pastor doesn't fit the fad, doesn't fit the trend. That's why I said, in the reality, I'm actually not your pastor. Because your pastor is that person that presents your God. So he said, you don't need to force the connection. It's a natural connection. It's a natural connection. Just like if you have the grace of an army, naturally, what preoccupies you, just want to make sure that your faithful pastor is okay. That's your own headache. Nothing bothers you. If anybody like, let them sing carol. Let them. Your own is my faithful pastor. Once that is okay. In fact, if you're a man, your wife will know that. And if when you put your arm on a good morning, your wife will tell you, Peter, have you heard from pastor? Because he knows that that is your treasure. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense. We need to get to that point. That when we start seeing this like the way God is seeing it. All this programming. See, let me tell you, when you get into this last Sunday of the month, the last day of the year, you've forgotten that it's people that arrange these dates. Mm-hmm. I've given you updates that even shows you that the real Sabbath is from Tuesday, 6 p.m. And don't forget, there are different 6 p.m., different parts. Which means that there's actually no absolute Sabbath. It's all specific to you, the individual. And I even said, when it's like, it is from 6 p.m. wherever your own 6 p.m. is. Which means that I can have 2 Sabbaths a week. If I travel from one place, I enjoy the Sabbath, I travel to another place. And on top of that, since Christ has even come, there's nothing like that again. I will show you in the scripture. Let's all of us see Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Please let me search which of it has those things that we're supposed to have been of the charts. What's that? Let me quickly check. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. People, let's open there. Don't forget, people of God, your asking question is paramount, okay?
Yes, sir.
So that life will not end up questioning you. Now to have a critical mind, critical thinking. That's what the only thing. Go ahead, like this. Hallelujah. Can you see stupidity of religion? Do you know religious people?
Yes, sir.
Even religious people, they don't even talk about lifestyle. It's all about prayer. Come to the temple and pray. Come to church and pray. Prayer meeting. No religious people. How did I have a prayer? So all of you that are religious and you can quickly leave. And those who are religious for now quickly log off. Those kings. Next time, I start with opening prayer. I'm going to hold you responsible. So start with prayer. You know what led us to where we are in Nigeria? Somebody is stealing, looting your treasury. The person is telling you that let us pray. You are doing community meeting. The person already, the chairman of God already knows what he's going to do.
Exactly.
Just like this facility, how can 9 people be using the brain of 81 other people? And they call themselves estate authority. And nobody's asking questions. That is our problem in Nigeria. No sense after us. We are the center of ourselves. And sisters, you are the center of yourself. Say yes, sir. See, women, sir, look at me, sir. I know you are doing it on the lighter mode, but be careful, sir. These women you are seeing, they are very deadly, both on the positive and on the negative. No matter how good you are as a man, a woman that is good is better than you. Guess what? When you are bad, when you're a bad market, a woman who is bad is worse than you. Even though the difference is just our body, are you with me? It's in our person, emotional intellect that every adult human being. But when it comes to body, the grace that God gave a woman is superior to that of a man. Sisters, I know you won't believe, but tradition is telling you that you have not arrived until you marry. I've showed you. You are here to come and tell me non-married woman that the devil used. And as I've showed you all classes of women, God used them. Including married women. But the devil. So if the devil is not behind this thing you call marriage, an independent woman, a single woman, a widow, which was that an engaged woman, a divorced woman to use. Why is it only married woman? Is it to use? Something in marriage as it is practiced that opens you up to the devil, that makes you vulnerable. Sisters, I know what that is telling you. I showed you the 10 commandments, even if you are going back to the law. So God that you, sisters, that God forgot that He made man and woman. Somebody answer me. Hello? Let me tell you what you are doing so that you start knowing that if you miss heaven, sisters, you are the one that made yourself to miss heaven. Anytime you woman, man, or marriage on your head, do you know what you are saying? This is the thing you are saying to God. My heavenly Father, you are an idiot. You are a fool. And woe betide you. I know you cannot insult God and get away with it. I is that your action? Because God that created you never faced a woman and talk marriage. Right from the Old to the New Testament, everything concerning marriage was taught to a man. But society is telling you, you are the one that changed your name and you are feeling good. Don't you know that you are changing your name, following the culture, you are making the heart of God ache? The other time, one of our sisters, we just got one and I was happy that this word. She asked the question, all of us had the question that, shouldn't a new couple be Mr. and Mrs. the one? And I said, yes, that's the Bible standard. How many support did that got from you, sisters? How many? That is why you are not prosperous. No demon. Stop blaming your mama. Your mama has done her best. If there's anything, is that maybe your mama is suffering from the same ignorance you too suffered from. 26 left for me. Thank you. Okay. Nenus has woken up. He's doing his job. I'm sure it's Madame that is doing that job. God bless you, ma. Amen. Sisters are taking a cue. You see why a man must marry. Imagine if he's not married, all hope would have been lost. It's true. It's true. That's why any pastor that has common sense should employ married men. It's true. I'm telling you, when you have a if you really want to, don't leave all sorts of women. But if you want your work to really move on, employ any category of women, but only married. You know why? If they fail, you know where their problem is. But they are likely not to fail. That's it. But you know it's the other way around. Companies employ all kinds of men. Irresponsible, single, married. But it's the women they want to employ. It's a mistake. That's why Satan is the world. It's the women you should employ all types, or men, married men. It's true. I didn't mean it. Because, see, it's because we are proud. God made us a certain way. We are telling ourselves we can function another way. How come? Even if phone made by a manufacturer looks like, are you with me? Phone B that is manufactured by company B, the software will not be the same. Even when they have upgrade, you can't download the upgrade for A to B. Will it work? No, sir. What we think is working, are you with me? The best you can get, I've told you. See, people of God, even mothers are tired now. Mother, that is because your mother is serving God that you are getting back. The mother said you are not taking care of. He said that talk to a mother who was abandoned by her daughters. Told this great woman, I said because you are great doesn't mean your daughters will be great. I said your daughters have brought curse on themselves because they have abandoned you. I said you cannot. And I said the only way you can live long is disconnect from this woman. Who are your daughters? Let them go. That's hard, but it's the truth. It's the truth. See, we get by with things that it just exists in the level of imagination. Okay, this end of year, is America doing the end of? If America is doing it will be bonfire. It will be party. Our own is prayer in the church. Before Islam used to be better. In Africa, they have joined now. You will now see December 34, mosque 2 will open.
Yes.
Mama, they have started. On Christmas Day in Lagos, when he was called for prayer, the next day they saw his Santa Claus.
Yes. It was true.
So if you are a Muslim listening to me, you were bad before, you have become worse. You are going from Fremba to fire. No, it's true. That is why Islam is not paying people anymore. It used to pay them before. Because their own level level of foolishness didn't reach Christianity foolishness. But now they are. See, how can you that you should be posting? Is that envy? Who you should do envy? They too are not doing crossover service. What they call that special Islamic prayer? There's a name they call it. Yes. I saw the adverts. Crossover Salatu. Yes. Something they were not doing before. They are envy Christians. I think that's the prosperity of Christians. They didn't know that it's called people like me that are Christians that's making Christians to prosper. Now I don't withdraw my prosperity. It's not for the truth.
Amen.
No, it's true. Can you imagine? They too are now Santa Claus. Do you know that when we were small, Prophet Muhammad's birthday was not celebrated?
That's true.
That is being celebrated. Who are they copying? It's not from Christmas. It's how they are moved from Frempa to fire. Meanwhile, it's your purpose you should celebrate. If Christ didn't fulfill his purpose, where are we today? Somebody will not tell you celebrate his birth. Go and read your Bible. I told you last service. Even the scriptures talk more. There are more prophecy about conception. Because the fact of conception signals your arrival. Of all arrival facts, it is facts of life. It's arrival that is the least. Is that not what you are using as oral school? The day you arrive, call you sanguine. That's why you look like sanguine. They call you Sagittarius. You do your answer. Do not call some of you cancer. But to hell with those people. You know why I say to hell? Well, that's why they put people like 18. And some of you are listening to me, you subscribe to it. You come daily. That day today you will be moving. You now carry your face like that. And you now say you can't believe gospel. God that made you say you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Somebody that prepared their seat in heaven and making money from you. Now tell you that you are sanguine, you are Aquarius. That's like those fish in the aquarium. That call you cancer. You can't cancer. Back to sender. You don't even see the timing. The best day of the year. After June 20, now put cancer. We can't cancer. It's true. There's some things you should know. And if you look at it, everything they came to download in Africa.
It's true.
See as blessed as Nigeria is. See the fact that I've told you about Nigeria. Nigeria is the only country on earth. Two speakers of the primary language reside. You can't find it anywhere in the world again. Is that not enough for us to celebrate? Yet you see the Yorubas and my Igbo people, they are the ones acting, competing among themselves. Instead of celebrating their uniqueness. Go and do people that language. All Niger Delta language is a variant of either Igbo or Yoruba. For some Middle Belgian language. The Hausa Fulani is a variant of Swahili. This is it. God has blessed us. We will refuse to bless ourselves. You will now say there's one demon chasing you. You will now see argument. Some people say there's Christmas in the Bible. But die by fire. You can tell your enemy to die by fire. You say somebody will not have peace until they say yes to your marriage proposal. Witch or wizard. If you are not a witch and wizard, see, all that Christ did, the Bible says if the volume of what Christ did were to be recorded, this one cannot hold the volume. Yet the one that was recorded, the use life partner. I don't know why you are angry with me. partner in shining light. You that you are married, say you are wishing you have had, you know what I've been teaching you this before you marry. Christ prayed for any fruit of the womb. Somebody talk to me.
No, sir.
Yet he healed the woman with issue of blood. What that means? Yes. You'll be able to celebrate your monthly menses than getting pregnant. Oh, I said today, and you say you are spiritual. How many of you start celebrate your monthly period than getting pregnant? So many of you said, who has not getting pregnant? You are already, but that's why many of the Hollywood things you watch. It's always about somebody getting pregnant. Why is that in Nigeria? The largest number of doctors are ONG, doctor of women. Examining something they don't pay for. And you now say you are more spiritual than a prostitute. And they will pay before they see those ones. Your own in the name of doctor, you give them free of charge. You see, many of those doctors, they couldn't pass biology. How did they end up your and doctor? A majority of them are men. Looking for what is not lost. It's my doctor said. Doctor said. Don't you know when you say my doctor said? It's like when you get a goat. That's how the goat cry. My doctor said. Because we best start using our brain.
Yes, sir.
Of all the department of us, it's our brain God asked for. Come, let us reason together.
Amen.
God is saying, come, let us believe together. God is saying, come, let us pray together. God is saying, come, let us feel together. Say, come, let us reason together. Start reasoning, people. Let your best friend be reasoning people. Anybody that doesn't encourage you to read, cut them off. Associate with people that ask critical questions. How can somebody say you'll be blessed for cooking in your house? How does that make sense? The eateries are better than you, and they are getting paid for their cooking. They are cooking free of charge for one part that his belly is his God. And he will leave your good food and will still go and be cutting a woman that will never enter kitchen for him. Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
If your husband ever tell you, you see, I'm saying the truth. No public powers, if I say this thing. Since morning, it don't come now. I will say more.
Amen.
He said they will take it. They let them take it. I will still continue. The people know light or no light. That's what I'm saying. We should put on the whole armor of God, and we may be able to stand in the evil day. Afterwards, still standing. They will tell you, oh, I love your cookie. That's why I married you. Telling God punish you. Yes, now. I've told you the mark of a king. When king sings his queen, I hope you are eating. Not where is my food. You know the only people that ask. Now you see, many men. You know there was a kind of Benz some years ago. They call it baby boy. You know almost all the men in Nigeria bought that Benz. But many of them are baby boys. It's baby boys that enter and face his mommy. Mommy, where is my food? Am I not right, madam? I'm sure Prof and MC ask many times, where is my food? So anytime he has a Prof and MC, there's no more king. No, I'm serious. You say if it's me, I'll become F&K. I'm no more pastor. People don't ask that. That's what the scripture says, that in the kingdom, made. Be like Sarah. Your scriptural example. Say your name to Sarah. You have so many sailors nowadays in those churches. They won't say pass Jesus. Now carrying. Why not follow the lifestyle of Sarah? Is there you say I promote the vendor. When you're a real queen, you won't be like some million women. If you're a queen, whether it's their own children or not, no child is on. You don't think I'm not about the gospel here. And let me tell you, go and read Proverbs 31. One of the ways real queens project their husband, influence their husband. When they see that he doesn't have time in his hands to provide food for the family, they enter the kitchen to help out, to help him cook for the man. It's a Proverbs 31. Go and read it. So I'm not saying that you cannot enter the kitchen, but you are entering the kitchen to help him out because he doesn't have the time. But not as if it's your duty. That is what is wrong. It's when you see it is your duty, that is what is wrong. But it doesn't mean you cannot go. Go and read Proverbs. At least I didn't write Proverbs 31 at the last count. I'm only preaching from pages of I didn't write any. Just like you have some women who believe, brothers, if you believe, even if you, and you think that that gives you a right to own a woman, when that your billion becomes you, you will know. No queen will believe that they have an entitlement right to your money. Queens release their faith for their own money, the way you release your faith for yours. That's why both of you are called helpers to one another. Who are helpers? You bail each other out. When she's low in cash, you bail her out. When you are, she bails you out. But there's nothing like, oh, somebody wants money. Even if you want to have the feeling of entitlement, the man must go for it. He said the man and his wife, they were naked. Not that they were stripped. What is going on today in marriage is stripping. They are stripping each other naked. You are stripping your spouse, your husband or wife naked when you are asking, what are you doing? Where are you coming from? Real king will carry their queen along. And real queen, one of the ways they will influence their king is by carrying her along. But not like you must. He said they were free. He said the man and his wife, they were freely naked. Not that they did it because it's customary, because it's something they enjoy doing. But no queen goes first. No queen lets out an information that the king has not let an equivalent. These are life's laws. That's why these are not. Because politicians believe they control the life of the citizen. Bosses believe they control the life of their staff. Don't you see some offices, a boss will be complaining about what you wear? I remember some years back, a sister under my shepherdship, one of our bosses, main bosses, grabbed her from the back. Told her, say, if I'm on your shoe, the kind of slap I will give you, the whole company will hear, and you will raise your voice. Oh, sorry, Oga, I did not know it was you. I just saw somebody dropping me from the back. So I slapped the person. I didn't know it was you, Oga. Sorry. That kind of guy will resign the next day. Because you have said the truth of what he did. He can you sack somebody? Because if they sack you, they say, oh, because you grow Baba, that's why you sack. And let me tell you, some of the wife's friends will be there that work in that place. Before you reach home, the wife don't hear. Say your husband and the female staff. That's true. And he got on slap. That's true. That is how you women. Let me tell you this. In developed country, even if you are somebody's husband, you don't have the right to grab your wife anyhow in public. Why must you lose your right because you're somebody's wife or husband? You see some controlling women too, the way they humiliate their husband outside, especially in front of the kids. I've witnesses before. Some women, because they had messages like this, they now turn themselves into the charm women of witchcraft association. Guess what? They will not do. They will not be the one asking for them. Did I ever say a queen asks for her own food? No. All I said is that kings don't come and say, where is my food? Did I say wife? No. Queens? No. Some people, see, if you are like that, you are a dominating woman, not a queen. Because what applies to king applies to queen. Both of them are royal. It's just that a queen is a king. So if you do what a king will never do, then you are not a queen. You define being a queen. Because there are things queens do that kings cannot do. But a queen is a king plus. Are you getting the people of God? Yes, so I believe we are in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. Yes, Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 says, and God said, let us make man in whose image? Our. In pastor's image? No, sir. In husband's image? No, sir. In tribal image? No, sir. In race image? No, sir. In the Oyibo man's image? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. In money's image? No, sir. Not at all. For the transactional people, money is everything. Why must you respect somebody because the person has money? Where is our principle of God? Don't you know that when you respect somebody because of money, you have cheapened yourself? That means that cash, and begin to ask yourself, how much worth is your life? That means you are saying you can be bought. That means you are saying that the blood of Christ is cheap. The scripture says, see that we are bought with a price, the blood of Jesus. We should glorify God in our body. That's why I said, if anybody, let me go and do your research. Real coins don't dress to impress anybody. It's kings that dress to impress. But you see, every king is satisfied and appreciative of the attire the queen puts on. That's what it means, be cutting a woman. Whatever she has on, no matter how improper it is. No, there's a way you can correct somebody and the person will still feel good. In fact, by themselves, they will come to you and say, oh, how do you see what I'm wearing? I'm not sure you're getting it. Because they know that you will not disrespect them. You will not cheapen them. They will still feel like your queen the way you will put the inputs. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense. Yes, sir. Let's read on. Now look at your own Bible very well. Because some of you are claiming that you have a different Bible. And let them have dominion over their wives. No, sir. And over the members of their church. No, sir. And over the citizens of their country. And over all their staff in their company. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And over every member of their family. No, sir. No, sir. See what is mentioned here. Animals. Weather. You see that scientists are even fulfilling God's will, they are religious people. Do you see why God is not in churches, in religion, in marriages anymore? Because in an average marriage, either the man is controlling or the wife is controlling. No more horizontal. In religion, either the priest is controlling the whole. Why must a pastor enter a place and everybody stand up? When it's not God. Even so, when you are giving your testimony, you see my hand. In fact, even King Dennis knows that I'm still fighting with all of them. Because I don't enjoy this sitting down. That's why you You see how I wrap my leg every time I sit down because of the pain I go through sitting down. The other time that we went, they asked him, did I complain of any pain?
No.
Didn't I stand? Even when I did talk knock on the satanic knee, did I not still stand? And let me tell you, it's been researched that the best way to disseminate information is by standing. And guess what? The best way to receive is by sitting down. Some pastors, they cannot make heaven. They will not make another human being the name of whether usher or bodyguard. They will stand, even service that bar. That's why even that marriage ceremony is evil. Especially for the bridesmaid. Don't be them against husband. They're the one that will wear high heels, and they will be standing. See, brothers, you have blood on your head. All those your wife's friend that stood on your wedding, you need to say to them. If not, nothing must happen to them. That's true. See, let me tell you this. It's more deadly. Please, people will listen to this. It's more deadly for people to make God out of you than the person that is making God out of you. That's why because of marriage, many men will die. Many men will be destroyed than the women who are kneeling down for them. And that's why in churches, many pastors will go to hell. Many pastors will be destroyed than the congregation. Because what God said, see, for God to start the 10 Commandments with don't have anything or anybody as your God. Doesn't tell you that. And do you know that? Go and read the 10 Commandments. Don't, okay, we'll get there. Okay. Let me show you the chart of what you should have dominion over, okay? Since you said that you didn't see members of your children in this one, but you see it in that chart now. That's life factors. Let's appreciate King Dennis for this one. Let me to get it back. You know what I'm doing? The next one I'm telling you, every quickly look for it. Because when you appreciate people, you don't want to agree. Is that why you are calling me? And let's answer Pastor's question. Pastor said he's going to give somebody something. I answer Pastor, you know you won't give me anything. Okay. Don't worry. Whether it's my own, what you want, God will. So life factors 26. Chapter 7. How will you verify that the mistake will not be in the open? No. I know it's true.
Please, Pastor, before we move on.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
We can't do but attend invitations to some churches. When they call us for one thing or the other, since we rejoice with them that do rejoice and so on like that. What can we do in this case of something that is not scriptural that we have just learned about? When the reverend is entering, everybody stands. When the choir is coming, we stand. When this and that, all these odd habits that are performed.
All right. I wish it was one-on-one, Grandma. Actually, I would have. There's an event I would have replied to that. But if I use it because of the sensitivity of that, not that Mama knows that. Mama, it would have been a perfect illustration, but because of the sensitive, it's not as if it's bad. It's a good event, but sometimes some things are sensitive, and at the last count, God warns us that when you are dealing with a senior citizen who's a widow, don't let them cry, whether cry of joy or otherwise. So, all right. My answer to that is this: the scripture says we should give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give unto God. See, let me give you an example. Some of us, we don't do that, but let me tell you, start doing that. It's part of spirituality, okay? Many of us don't understand it. And if you look at the scripture, if you cannot understand your body, you can never understand your human spirit. Now, the kind of body I have, like like I've shared with you, my eyes cannot process blue part of light. 2, I easily perspire. So I'm very uncomfortable in very hot weather. Okay. Then I'm very light that noise, the slightest of noise wakes me up. Now, but I cannot go and preach somewhere now and start saying, give me soundproof hotel room where you have curtain that light cannot pass through. Can't do that. You know why? Because that is about my purpose. I'm not preaching to be comfortable. I'm preaching because that's why I'm here. But you see, when it's like you've already honored an invitation, the rule that applies there, okay, it's what Apostle Paul said, in Rome, behave like Romans. As long as that thing will not conflict with your purpose, with your integrity, with your life of holiness, you have to do it. For example, 19 years ago, when my biological dad went to be with the Lord, because it was a very popular, because we didn't know how popular it was until the day we were doing the ongoing ceremony. But when we got to the church building that we were using, we thought the church had fixed another program. So when I went to go and query the pastor, because you know your pastor is a pastor, so I have power to query another pastor. I said, no, it's all our guests. In fact, if we are not even the immediate family, we would not have had a place to sit. That's how we discovered that my biological dad was quite popular. And there were people, foreigners, Nigerians, who came. And some of these people, the only thing they drink during refreshment is alcohol. Guess what your pastor did? Even they themselves were shocked, but they respected the gospel I preached for that. In the neighborhood where we were doing the refreshment, I just went immediately. I saw those group of guests. I just went to this one who has a drink joint. I said, please come. These people on this table, anything they want, give to them. Come and collect your money. Why? Because they are my guests. Not sure you're getting it. Also, like I've shared with you, I said before entering university, of course, I still did youth service. Okay? Even after I finished university. Because of my academic excellence. NYC program is required for my service in one of the centers. That's why I had to leave Imo State back to Oyo State where I finished my youth service because they needed my engineering service where. And because I was already pursuing touching life, a lot of people got to know my better. And I remember the July 18 on my service here. The couples by themselves were the one that went to go and gather. They were the ones celebrate. They came to celebrate with me. And you know that if you have ever been in the system at that age, and the average couple is a drunkard. So what I did, that was because I had door of fortunes to the Nigerian army based in that town. So I just said, okay, instead of the whole resident being messy, just talk to the. They gave us the usage of the officers' mess. So, what's there? Then everybody should pick. But they were my guests. That's not what makes me a pastor. That doesn't mean I'm a drunkard. That doesn't mean I drink alcohol. But they are my guests. So that is where we need to draw the line. Okay? As long as our eating meat is not going to affect somebody else's faith, one. Just like now, there are some messages I will not preach. There are some messages I will only tell you one-on-one. I will never mention it on For example, I remember when I said there are 3 groups of people that when God saw, that's why God favor for creative people. Remember that I said women, Africans, and Christians. Okay, Christians, usually they flop, Africans and women. Let me tell you the truth. There are actually 6 groups of people. But I can't mention the other. I can only tell you one. If your faith will carry. But I can't say it. I'm not sure you're getting it. Because when I'm preaching, and the whole world is hearing me. So I must be able to preach what somebody can undo. Not something that somebody cannot handle. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. For example, now, depending on what I'm doing, even that last meeting, if you were there, they are not giving it to us raw. Because the people I'm talking to, many of them are that kind of truth for the first time. All my word now, virtually, even my cousins on both sides of the family, they all know I'm a minister. There are things that when it happens and I don't go visiting them, they don't. In fact, God is listed. Years ago, about 15 years ago, when my purpose. But nobody felt offended in the family because they knew that this man's. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense. Like, for example, even in Mama's, there are things they will never invite pastor. But the mama is married pastor. I'm not sure if you're getting it now. So, but we cannot generalize. I'm not getting it. And so, pastor didn't mean I don't go for my home. If you lose your family. In fact, I think God knew why. My span of patience won't carry purpose. You don't need to follow. I won't need any feel our purpose. So it depends on sometimes. And my answer is so if you program. So you send them to come for your own Christian program. The Bible says do unto others as you want them. So if you want to come for your Christian program,
Yes, sir.
what does that mean?
Attend their own Muslim program.
Attend their Muslim program, including the anniversary of I saw this church. My Holy Ghost apostle. No one believe correct. Service I was the first thing that caught my attention is like by the movie that you know born well. Oh my God. I was waiting for them to want to welcome our new guest. I stood on the cloud. Whether it's busy. So the next when I was those days you think the bigger your Bible. doesn't mean you should keep doing that. The service has not yet finished. The person standing will never get you. So if you don't want to practice on so what I'm saying, we need to be people of balance, people of God. Okay? We should get to that point in our life. Start with me, your pastor. That will help you. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Have this part of you. Please, are you listening to me? Even though you are following us and follow Christ, for you to fulfill your purpose and go to heaven, but have this part of you that you'll be ready to cut me off the day I'm no more for reading your life. Do you hear what I've just said?
Yes, sir.
You hear what I've just said?
Yes, sir.
You know what that means? That means that you can cut your own adult children off. If it gets to that point. That means that you can cut your parents off if it comes to that. That means you can cut your husband off if it comes to that. You can cut your wife off if it comes to that. We should all have that part of us. Our slavery will only be to two people. I've shown you that. To God that made your purpose. There's no third reason why you should be a slave. You should only be a slave. That's what I've been telling you. See, the people that will have that challenge are the admitteds. Because that is the only personalized grace. And let me tell you, even if you are not meeting, are you with me? In your faithful pastor's ministry, it's not because of him in person or her in person that hands it. Are you with me? It's because he is what? He or she is a faithful minister. That's why he hands that your care, that your love, that your attention. You get it? The moment he's not fulfilling his purpose, like I use this as an example, try to repair him. God is at the pastor, why are you doing this? Don't be talking like this, don't be living like this. If after 2 or 3 attempts he doesn't listen to you, replace him. Remove your grace. God will direct you another faithful minister. All of us have that part in us. All this till death do you part is from Satan. Even when you give your life to God, hey, I like that. Everybody clap for the Holy Spirit in this revelation. I want somebody to put up your hand, and please, online brethren, if you did that, when you are giving, you put as part of the system.
No, sir.
Somebody is now telling me that they do you part is scriptural. God is saying it. See, brothers, sisters.
Yes.
See, if you have said to them, maybe this evening, anytime, you are your husband or you are your wife, better marry you. Nullify that confession you said to yourself. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Tell yourself, fresh confession, break bread. Say, till I'm done with you. Tell each other that one. I'm only going to stick with you when you are going to help me to fulfill my purpose. Men, tell your wife that I'm going to love you as long as loving you is helping me to fulfill my purpose. Wives, tell the husband, I'm going to continue influencing you as long as you desire me, you are causing me, and you make me your responsibility. Are you with me? So that you will nullify that other negative word you have said over yourself. That's some of the things that you see people that have you never noticed? Be honest. Did you notice that things were working between you and your wife when you were dating than when after you got married? It's because of that confession you made over your relationship, which God is not in it. God can never be in anything that imprisons you. God, the first thing God told Adam, you are free. Hello? See, if you look as small as this paper, hello? Please listen to this. As small as this paper, and when you think of me as your pastor, you quickly drop it. You're a slave. There's nobody as an adult that you have such an issue for you. It's only when you think of God or your purpose, why are you here, that should make you drop. That's why in Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, Christ said, seek first the kingdom and his righteousness. He didn't mention people. things you are supposed to have dominion over, you will never see people here. From the least to the highest. Are you seeing it on your screen? Look at it. Hardware. This is hardware. Some of you, this is your. You have dominion over things. You know why you don't have dominion over things? If you ever seek to punish another human because they told you are good, you're an idolater. You're evil. You are supposed to have dominion over things, not over people. Do you even know? It just occurred to me. Thank God for this. I remember this. Do you know that Moses was confused, like Christ pointed out? You know, I said was confused. God said, part of the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not murder. And in explaining it, God said, if by your hand another human being's blood is spilled, so shall your own blood too be spilled. How can that a God now advocate death penalty? This is where the Republicans are wrong. They are against abortion, correct, but they are for death penalty. The same devil that is behind the Democrats, who says no death penalty, but advocate abortion. The two hands of the devil. I'm not sure you have seen it now. Every life is sacred. It's not only the unborn child that is sacred, even the adult life too is sacred. When Cain killed Abel, his twin brother, was Abel the baby?
Yes, sir.
Was Abel not an adult? Is that the window? Abel was an animal farmer. He had a profession. He was working. He was making his money. So he was an adult. Yet his blood cried. Even if the person is a thief, are you with me? And you participate in the lynching of a thief, you have blood in your hand. You have blood in every action. And let me tell you, some of us, we are worse than people that lynch. Do you know why? Because we are lynching with a higher force. You know the force we are lynching with? Our mouth. Sisters,
Yes, sir.
seem to be professor in that. Most women can lynch with their mouth. Now they will start it. See your brother. See the lynching with the mouth. As if she's the only one that will get married. And it's lynching of fellow women.
That's true.
See the way she's doing. As if she's the only one that is fine. As if she's the only one that went to school. Listen to me. Such statement has consequences. The Bible says iron should sharpen iron. As a woman, learn to support each other, not tear each other down. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Why should a woman not be proud of her brother who respects women? That means that such a woman will prefer an abusive man. Some years ago, there was a post, I shared it with you, then if some of you can remember, of a woman saying that when a man beats you and assaults you in marriage, it's a proof that he loves you. The woman saying that. Sisters, please recover your brain.
Yes, sir.
Do you know another one that is trending? God will give you the link after service. This Christmas I just passed and the New Year. Somebody that has not married you, boyfriend though. Sisters, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
See, that is not a wife material, that's a slave material. This testimony. And people are sharing it as a correct woman. Or you can be sure it's men that are sharing it. You can imagine how many men have suppressed their wife or girlfriend with this testimony. You know the testimony? Because somebody insulted the friend that doesn't have a car. This lady started saving every month. There was 10,000. So this cleaner was able to buy a Monzo, Toyota Camry.
For the boyfriend.
We care for ourselves.
I think that
There was one that she replied later. She said she's not that. She never knew she's from Port Harcourt and she never knew she bought car for someone who did all this. Seriously.
Maybe she has not noticed that she offended. Somebody is saying that the post was made of somebody did it to blackmail her.
She said she's not even from Nigeria. I think Kenya.
And she didn't do that.
She did not buy car for the guy. She was even laughing that how would she see that and start saving 10,000 naira to buy car for someone?
Well, you can be sure that it's a woman that is doing that to get back at her. Maybe a woman that the boy didn't say. That's what I'm telling you, sisters. The faith that you should use to advance yourself, stop using that faith for women or attacking one another. Use that faith to prosper. You can imagine somebody that will set up another woman like that. If you use that kind of faith for yourself, are you not seeing women billionaires in this world? It's not the same God that made man that made woman.
Yes, it is.
If men can be honest, why can't you be honest with her? Let me tell you, all those non-queen women, you will never see a billionaire among them. There is no prostitute who's a billionaire. There is no sex worker. There is no pornographic actor or actress. That's to tell you that the only time prosperity comes to you is when you're a fulfiller of your purpose, when you're a user of your sound mind. I know what you are thinking. The only group of people, and there is a number, that are millionaires get their fraudulent out these pastors. It's only pastors in existence in this world with headquarters in Nigeria that are billionaires at the expense of somebody else's pocket. But their days are numbered. Their days are numbered. So do you see what we are supposed to govern?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that scientists, engineers, they are fulfilling the will of God more than many Christians, more than women, more than Africans? You know why? All we are doing, those three groups, praying that the women had marriage or not. Even man that can marry, excuse me, before you can see one man carry his wife on the head, you would have passed 1 billion men. Don't send. And then the one that you send men, women, you woman that you don't suppose to send. The one that will cat walk, dog walk, donkey walk, lion walk. Go to any online store or physical shop. The department is passing children's home. Shouldn't be children's clothes be the number. Go to any shop. It's the women's clothing that has the most. And go and look at the shape, the style. It's to please the lust inside a man's damaged brain. Are you still with me? Because brothers.
Yes, sir.
Brothers.
Yes, sir.
Brothers.
Yes, sir.
Brothers.
Yes.
How can a like the hind feet of animal, four-legged animal, if not that you mistake it when you wanted to play football, you eat your brain on the ground, on the wall. If not that a man has that made brain, why should a woman pack front and pack back with foam before she... Why should a woman change the color of her skin if not that you have eye challenge? Before a woman can look beautiful, until a woman roast their hair and put false hair. Sisters, how have I delivered you? If you are putting that false hair for a man, you are a slave. cheat on you with somebody that a woman that has good power like this. Because you know me, I like women looking very colorful. But don't do it for a man.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Sir.
Do it yourself. Do it for yourself. And do it for your purpose. It has no connection to your purpose. It has no connection with you. Don't do it. Do you know that's why one of the why children are perfect? Have you ever seen a child telling the mommy, Mommy, I don't know. You know that when they see their mama, they can say, what is this? And the same man we are wearing, you know what the men will be doing? They would name what you are wearing, don't cross gutter. They will give you, there's one airtime. Do you know the name of the airtime? Face husband. And you see women, they will pay thousands of naira for occasion. And you say that you are not transactional, yet you are wearing airtime. That the title of the airtime is his husband. They know now. Yeah, different one. Show me your back. All is good. Yeah, I want to walk. God says that let it that do not let that walk. Not that when people are doing it, what are you? They are walking. Now, like, you don't believe what they say they are walking. You either walk or not. God never said let it that walking. Say let it that do not walk. So how we are still together, people of God?
Yes, sir.
So please, on no account, be in a relationship, be in a situation where somebody else is your God, and worse still, you are. See, let me tell you. Hello. Remember last week I tell you the difference about friend and enemy. I said, a friend and an enemy is somebody that doesn't wish you well. Not necessarily somebody you love or you don't love. Somebody you love is your beloved, okay? Somebody that you don't love is your non-beloved. Somebody that loves you is your lover.
Yes, sir.
Not something only that is your enemy. Anybody that makes himself your slave is your number one enemy. Because you will not go anywhere, not to talk of eternity, controlling people. So, brothers, if you love yourself, start telling your wives to stand up on their own. Start telling them to be independent of you. Are you with me?
Yes,
even when they are still used to that slavery, tell them I don't want to hear. Okay? When they want to serve you food, tell them, I'm sorry, sweetheart, you should have called me. Don't let them clean up after you, clean up after them. Okay? Learn to rent your clothes. Are you with me, people of God, though?
Yes, sir.
I never knew the last camera uses that. Okay. When you see somebody uses right, start using left. It's better to examine what is going on. Whether it's incantation, look at some incantation, they will say use left hand to type it, don't use right hand. I hope this is blessing us, people of God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to our topic for today. Please, if there's any question, be asking your question, please.
Yes, sir.
I said I wanted to show you why one day is not different from the other. Why, if you are waiting for if not that people don't keep babies, I would have solved all of you married couples. But you should use children for such an experiment. You would have done hallelujah. You see the funny thing you do.
Times, that's it.
When it's 2020.
2020.
See, start using your brain. So what about the people in the hospital? So God didn't make those one. So do you know that that's why you see sometimes they are like God is the judge.
Shouting hallelujah.
You know that the seat of one of the religions in Saudi Arabia, because they saw that it's more than their own, they have relaxed their law. Over here in Kano, any poor people, you cannot enter Keke if you're with your agenda. Brother and sister, they cannot be. But you can enter plane.
Exactly.
That's a good.
No, see, revival have started. Yeah. That you prophesy that 2019 will be ours. Nothing happened to us. To church till 12 midnight. They will not have one New Year day service.
Yes.
Of Nigeria. What you are going to do? It's true.
Yeah.
Nothing like January 1. What's in January 1? What you the only existing holiday that you can give Women's Day, Children's Day, not about Men's Day, forget. That's democracy. Democracy is job by job. Democratic. The only time Nigeria will go, see, parties. Between opposition is present by the Senate.
Yeah.
Someone should be building leaking. All these do you know what it's only local? President Paris is not giving them money. The foreign used to get money. And they were insisting that they will not pass the bill again. The president, you don't know that it's there. That is why now is a time we should celebrate. Christians were executed by in Nigeria, people that were executed in Egypt. The Nigerians having a big scheme. But the real guy kept quiet, gently. The last is President Trump. One fake letter from English one. People are not sister, you feel you need to get married. Shall I tell you to do? I've told you. It's because of that attribute. But remember, not because you
Yes, sir.
that's why when you even if you with that first emotion, you understand? No child will suffer without watch. Don't mistake. God's children that until you see pastor, you cannot eat. Says who? The Bible says these signs shall follow them that what? Believe. It's your belief system that is affecting you, people of God. That's why God please be asking questions. Don't just be nodding it. You have not dead enough. Yet, not dead. I think it's a good English. You've not dead enough. Not dead enough. Maybe you should even stop saying this yes yourself. Don't even say anything. Just ask question. I'm saying ask and you shall receive. I want to see changes. I want to be a pastor of thinkers. People that will use their brain. Do you know all this technology? It didn't come by prayer, it came by thinking.
That's true.
Because somebody somewhere chose to think. And how many of them were started by Christians? But instead of thinking, they are praying. Start thinking. The more you're a thinker, the more spiritual you are. Because God is a thinking God. Can someone have this planet, not planet, this earth, and heaven and hell, if the person doesn't think? Hello? Can we have this wonderful body, either as a man of man, if that person is not a thinker? That's to tell you how much God is a thinker. That means that you're exciting, you're turning on when you begin to think. When you begin to ask questions. Let me tell you, sometimes why I see errors in this update, because I'm thinking about it. I ask myself, does this make sense? And you are the one that should be the number. Because you are. It's easier for the hearer to think faster than the preacher. You get to that point. If by human error I say something, immediately as I'm saying it, you say, Pastor. Which is why I appreciate one of the sisters in my inner circle. This is a testimony I've been giving for years. People will say, what is so? Let me tell you one of those testimonies. I've given testimony to me out of integrity. I turned down what is today equivalent of 89 million naira. But you know what this sister said? And I believe everyone has rewarded that for me. She found a way to tell the pastor, this one with integrity. This one is elementary foolishness. Yes, now. And the way she made so much sense. She said, it's the same me. In the name of preaching the gospel. In the name of don't turn down what people appreciate you with. I ate snake. I ate starch. In Niger Delta. The only one they didn't give me was mushroom and worms. I think it's worms they call it now. It's worms now. It's worms. When it was our people that gave me, you know. And the sister told that if I could accept to eat that, so what is wrong between pastor? I didn't ask for it. That's when my brain. And somebody is telling me I must not appreciate church gesture. When will I grow up? I want you all to be like that. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I've never told anybody in this world you are liable to make mistakes. You get it?
Yes, sir.
There's nothing that says that you cannot see my mistake. Anybody that is telling you like that, you are in a court. And sisters.
Yes, sir.
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, you have.
Yes, sir.
Every month starting from this your pastor, has hit their brain on the ground. Part of a man's brain is not functioning. What did I say, sisters? Even if that man is my pastor, yeah, say it.
Even if that man is my pastor.
Even if that man is my father.
Even if that man is my father.
Even if that man is no husband is still dey low. Even if that man is my son.
Even if that man is my son.
You say I castrate you. That is the level of men. No? Even if that man is my boss.
Even if that man is my boss.
Yes, I purposely put boss. Because you are higher than his boss. Doesn't mean he is higher than your boss. Your boss is paying you salary. Which salary has your husband paying you? That is why on sister, I'm giving you a hand of men. Your faithful pastor, your father, your son, your boss, then your husband is the little fool. Son is not. He came now.
No, you said father's.
Is that what I said?
No.
His son.
It's son before your father now.
Son.
It is your pastor, your son, your father, your boss, then your husband last. Sister, you see the hand of men in your life now. So even if you have a faithful pastor, his brain is damaged. That's why when I'm teaching you, remove the man part of what I'm telling you. Only take the faithful part. You hear me, sisters? You don't want to say yes.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Me, I'm fighting your cause. You are defending people who have their part of their brain and damaged. See, what? God the Father and God the King. They didn't smile today. I know there's so many doors in this house. But this is what they are not smiling. I know question are waiting. Nobody is the truth. There's nobody who can change that. See, sisters, I mean it all.
Yes, sir.
I mean it. And who caused it was Adam. Because Adam was a man. Go and read 1 Timothy. Okay, let's see it. Because sometimes you think I have my own 1 Timothy different from yours. Everybody, 1 Timothy chapter 2. Yeah. Brothers, we are going to read this one out. Sister, don't read it out, please. 1 Timothy chapter 2. You can't continue like this. That Christ must come. It's better earth and heaven be created. There is not this year one. Full of deception. See China too, they said they are saying something to space. Why is it that you start thinking? Have you ever seen any space that is going to space? You see the end of it. You not one GAIF image and video. You now see smoke and fire. 10, 9, up to 1. Lift up. You now see people that look like cleaners in one room. They call them. Those won't look like also a lot of scientists to you. What do you do? Why? And everybody will put on something that looks like old TV screen. They say monitor. What are they monitoring? You will never see your space. They will now show you one robotic. They will now show you something that looks like camera. They said it's the lunar landing. Something. They will now show you somebody up in the front of the night. They said they are the one gravity. I've told you gravity doesn't exist. I read it in school. I have to pass it. Even the but it's not the truth. If gravity exists, how come a bigger plank of wood will be floating on water? But stone, no matter how small stone is, it always sinks. Ask yourself. If there's gravity, then stone should be sinking. It should be light stone float and heavy stone should sink. Yes, question. Oh, yeah. What did this man use for? Most of what the one pastor said. The only thing that saved me today, my own is long sleep. Next thing for the exam was not wear socks. That he stopped wearing socks. I never knew that he doesn't wear socks until today. I didn't know that's why you use the money that comes with it.
You read it. It's plenty.
Now,
He said, Sir, is there a connection between sound mind and Hebrews 11, verse 6? Kindly explain the scripture, sir, as I like to think that one can only please God when one is walking by faith.
Hebrews 11, verse 6. Hebrews 11, verse 6. And at this, I'll bring up an factor. This is talking about God, this is talking about us. So we need to see where faith comes in. Excuse me. Why is that when I sneeze, like everybody says so? When I'm saying the truth, nobody says speak it. They are receiving it. So it's what you don't receive that is sorry. Okay. Continue.
I thought so.
God knows how awesome all of you are. That's why God gave me the privilege to be your pastor. It's really a privilege. Like I've told you, we pastors we are like barbers. No matter how bushy the head is, baba. I know some people that you need to wash it before you can have it. You put conditioner. You trim it, you carve it, you put parting. And then when you need to part the tradition and culture. Alright. I want to bring up my answer. This pastor is nice. You even have a chat for it. Why are you laughing? I said for hands back. Okay. This gossip. I don't know what I saw now. I didn't know I got there. Okay. Hebrews 11:6 says, but without faith, it is impossible to please God. For he that comes to God must believe that he, God, is and is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. The question is how to correlate with sound mind. Because almost everything I say use your sound mind. And to answer that perfectly is one of the updates we had the last time that talks about the divine attributes. And of divine attributes. Now, this hand of divine attribute talks about God's attributes. Which, when you're full of the Spirit, full of God's word, full of eternal life, it will always show in our lives. And if you remember before last time, faith used to be one of those attributes. But I said it and I said faith is like the carrier of all the attributes. And I explained to us that why I did that is because for us to manifest any of those divine attributes, we need to have faith in those attributes. And to get to that point. If you know the number, can you please?
Number 4.
Huh?
Number 4.
And you see me going down, you think quickly arrest me. You are not saying what I was.
Yes, sir.
Okay, beautiful. So we can see it on as the hand of divine attributes. Can we do that?
Not yet.
Not yet, sir. Hand of saints.
I'm seeing hand of divine attributes here.
Yeah. So,
Can we see it now?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So
Yes, sir.
now if you look at it, the hand itself is described by faith, it's described by obedience, it's described by desires. Now I believe that that is what this scripture is saying. Because it takes faith, which is your free will choices, before any of these attributes can work for you. Remember what I've told us about faith. Faith is what makes things to work.
Yes.
Even though faith doesn't guarantee that faith is the truth. Even if the thing is love, even if the thing is of sound mind, if the thing is a reflection of the grace of God in your life, or the thing is a reflection of the result of divine power, it will not work without your faith. So that's what I'm saying here, that without faith it is impossible to please God. Why? Without faith you cannot embrace the truth. It's faith that will make you to know the truth. In fact, John chapter 8 verse 32 says, you shall what? Know the truth. Knowledge is a level of faith. So what Christ was saying there is that you shall have faith in the truth. That is when the truth sets you free. I'm not sure you're getting it.
Yes, sir.
For example now, if you're following me as I follow Christ, you need faith to do that. If you are not meeting in my life family, you need faith to be able to lift up. If you have faith, it will work. That's why sometimes the devil plays this mind game with us. The devil tells us, remember, that's how the devil talks. Remember, I even start to shout hallelujah. I even tell you you have prosperity as big as a sometimes. So the way it starts, he says, remember, Pastor has said that none of, that's why you know the devil is talking. I was not the one that said it, it is God that said it. That none of us can do anything against the truth. What the devil wants them to say, Pastor have said, don't do anything against the truth, but for the truth. Since the truth in your life is this, it will work for you. That's how you now put the poison. That's how, have you not all been there? That you embrace something you believe is your righteousness. And it's like, why is it not working? The reason why is not, you are not putting your faith in it. That is what none of Mary, Jesus' mom, has to do that. Even though Angel Gabriel said, with God nothing shall be impossible. She has to believe it. If not, it will not have worked. After the angel departed, what did Mary say? He said, be unto me according to your word. That is faith. You got to make it your own. Just like the cutting of a man by a woman, that is actually what will make your marriage work. I say a man to the woman. The same way, lifting up your husband, influencing him, it also takes faith. In fact, there's more to marriage than what we think it is. That is why in that latest level of marriage or assessment, you see childbirth is the lowest, followed by sexual fellowship. The desire of a woman, the cutting of a woman, and selling yourself over, giving yourself over to a woman supersedes. That is why a woman you desire, please brothers listen, an angel of demons will be what will work for you more than the one you are sleeping with. Then the one you are cutting, to cut means to woo, to make the woman feel good in herself. The one you woo 24/7, the way somebody always talks back to a particular sister when I'm sharing, you know, or after service, or after sister, do I bring this? Or you have God that there who can send daily bread to you. Go and meet a sister. You said, I'm not getting daily bread. That is cutting. I've been mentioning Christ, not even God. Talk less of Chineke. That's an example of how you see that. Yeah. A woman that you, a man, is cutting, an angel or demon will be at your beck and call than the one you desire. Then, I've told you what responsibility is. Means you give yourself over to the woman. Sister, this is not your call, but you don't have a place to do it. That is a man's call. A woman you give yourself over to has the highest influence. All those are levels of faith. It takes faith to desire somebody. It takes faith to cut somebody. It takes faith to give yourself over to someone. Because to give yourself over, you are making yourself vulnerable to that person. It takes faith. So this is the same thing. This faith is the primary attribute that makes us image and glory of God. 2 Corinthians 4:13 says, the one has faith because he believes, and he says, we too we have faith, we believe and we speak. So when he said without faith, it is important, is because without faith in God's power, you cannot have divine result or divine power in your life. Without faith in God's grace, you cannot function the way you are meant to function. Without faith in a sound mind, now this is where sound mind, because the question says, what is the correlation of this? Sound mind is natural reflection of wisdom.
Okay.
And why I'm emphasizing sound mind, why God emphasizes sound mind, why the New Testament emphasizes sound mind. Look at all these attributes of God. There are 5. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that, people of God?
Yes, sir.
But do you know that it's only the middle one, wisdom or sound mind, that is masculine? Which means that you cannot fully enjoy divine power, divine grace, divine love, and truth without starting with sound mind. That's why sound mind is important. And you see, it's the one in the middle. Carries what is greater and what is lesser. See the commandments and advice of Christ. He said, be what? Wise as serpents. And what? Harmless as a dove. Okay, being harmless as a dove, is it not part of God's character, which is love, holiness? Isn't it? Yes. But being wise as a serpent, that's wisdom. Say, start with that. God's people, especially if you are an extremely nice person, think back. Each time you have problem with people, it's because you put wisdom second. If you have put wisdom first, you would have seen that you shouldn't have exposed yourself or reach out. See, love can never tell you who to reach out to. Truth cannot advertise itself. Grace can never advertise it. Ditto prosperity or dunamis. That is why the wisdom sound mind is there to always be the vehicle that you will use to relate this thing or manifest this thing to people. That's why I've told you, it's not everybody you pick their call. There are some people, if you pick their call, they will drain you. There are people you must not talk about your wife or your husband to. The day you do that, your marriage is finished. Hello? That's why it's not every pastor that is faithful. Do you know why? How you know? One of the people you have no faithful pastors. Huh? They make themselves vulnerable to you. Any pastor that gives you the impression that they are untouchable, better be careful. If you open your life to them, you are destroyed. They take advantage of you. All this thing I'm saying is only wisdom that can tell you. Signs and wonders cannot tell you, which is dunamis. The grace of God, your spec, cannot tell you. The love of God, where's that one? The love of God cannot tell you. and definitely truth, righteousness, your purpose cannot tell you. What we tell you is sound, which you have been asking on anything you hear, anything somebody is saying, anything you do want to say or do, ask yourself, does this make sense? And in that of that sister, see what I said. That's all she called my sister to her. That pastor didn't make sense. But what is faithful in mundane things, in the big thing, and I said no. Of business. Integrity. Integrity is straight line. Integrity is I reject small one, I reject big one. I accept big one, a small one, I accept. But the one that is mundane, I accept. The beneficial one, I said no, that's stupidity. Just like if I reject small, I accept big one, that's pride. Are you seeing it now?
Yes, sir. So
that is what I believe this scripture meant. And that's the linkage between this scripture and sound mind. Sound mind is the middle attribute. And it's the only male attribute that once you can have sound mind, people of God, you will enjoy the power of God, which is resulting in your heart. You'll be able to discover grace. You'll be able to walk in the love of God, the love of God that shed abroad in your heart and salvation. You begin to walk. You begin to tell people, do for people what they need, not what they want you to do or what you think, but what they need. That's what the love of God is. And you be a lover of truth, your purpose, your righteousness. But it's only by sound. But you see, all these attributes, whether that's sound, the only masculine, and other four that are feminine, guess what? You need faith to make it work for you. So that's what the Bible said. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. That's why you see examples of faith. The first one was Noah. That is why religion is devilish. Do you know the religion will not make you to know that going to your office Monday to Friday is a work of faith? Do you know why the religion will not give you that impression? Because the religion reduces faith to only prayer and praise and worship and choreograph dance and anniversary times where is the only time you put full stop, bring full stop for the pastor. But when you understand that we live by faith, like the Bible says, 24/7 you are doing things by faith. As much as taking your shower, are you with me? It's an act of faith. You know why? Because you believe that by the time you put that soap out, your body will be clean. It's an act of faith. There's nothing that says that your body will be clean, but you believe it. Even you sitting down to hear me, it's an act of faith. But they don't want you to make, I'm not sure they're getting it now. That's why instead of being hard working, looking for business to look, having ideas to invest money, you'll be praying. Because you have read the scripture that the just shall live by faith. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. So that's why you see, read your Bible, pray every day. Pray every day. So pray every day. Read your Bible, pray every day. If you want to grow. For those are the that eat the most. Why didn't they stop eating? And see whether they will grow. That's religion. He tell you that the only way you walk by faith, praying and reading Bible. But the people that taught you that song collect offering.
That's true.
And if they are guys, they will climb over all the female gender around them. See how wicked and stupid religion is. When ideally it should be like the post I saw some days ago and I totally agree. It was by a woman and made me happy. You know what the post said? He said, why are people doing baby shower and bridal shower? He said, why can't people get together, especially women, and do business showers? You know what baby shower is? When your friend or your sister is pregnant, about to put to bed. That's why every woman wants to get pregnant. Thinking that that's why they are here. Because nobody will do baby shower.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And maybe because you are the man that's so are working with.
Yes, yeah.
If you are the woman that after you so you are the one that carry through vomiting, carrying tin and bottle to your office. Sisters, please wake up. How can somebody who titrated it to you and walk away be more superior than you that carry a report or tin to be carrying saliva? That makes sense. That in itself, see, there is no man who can carry pregnancy for one day. They will run. If man carries pregnancy for one day, they will be the last one to impregnate you. Because they don't know what it feels. And they are the ones that know how to do the thing. That's why an African man said you be castrated, so that women will be in peace. See, don't turn yourself into an animal, sisters. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Even female animal, they fight back. Look at some stubborn female goats. When that ego doesn't want to hear what, they will turn. And I know that once they turn like that, bring it the guy picks. They will go and look for another gullible female goat. Even some female chicken too are like that. When the guy doesn't want to leave them, especially the ones that still have not seen children, you now see female and he will bring out is in a fighting position. You will see the cock with old break and do reverse gear. Sister, start doing reverse gear. Huh? Start telling them, see, animals too, then they go holiday. Casually, exactly. The Bible said the body is for the Lord. Glorify God, not glorify another human being. You hear me? People of God.
Yes,
So I hope this answers the question. Very well.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Right, so let me just quickly take us through the update. But like I said, question is very paramount, okay? Divine structure in life. I noticed that all of us we enjoyed it the last time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But it really helped us be able to see these 10 forces that governs our life. I'm changing the title so that it will be more understanding. I'm calling it Adamic structure in life. So we hold on for this for people on social media to see what we are seeing. That's where the large pool of the followership is. So, can we see the difference? Now, it's just the title. Okay? Don't be scared. The cut is not increasing to 14 or 20. It's the same 10 cut, okay? But I just changed it to adult structure. Because you know what Adam is? Adult humans. These are the 10 forces that control our lives. Okay? Okay.
Yes.
So,
As they ask question, you no answer. Okay, no answer. And there's no opposite of okay, I would have said. What's the meaning of okay, sir?
That's
I should not have asked about the meaning of okay. It's that thing. It will reset. It's as if it has reset.
we touch it before it.
So, I hope we are good with this.
yes, sir.
The next update in our Life Virtues group of chats, we used to have this pyramid of faith. And this by pyramid of faith, what it is the difference between us that are saved and us that are not saved. And like I've told us, when you get saved, please, people of God, listen. Your body is not what changes. Your intellect doesn't change. Your emotions doesn't change. Even your will, your actions, your choices doesn't change. Okay? You will still take good choices and bad choices. You will still do stupid things and sensible things. But what changes is the human spirit. Can you see that now? So, what is on the right is the old one. This is the new one on the left. Just like the former one, you have unsaved adults and new creation. Now you see spirit and saints. When you see spirit, it's the human spirit of the unsaved adult. Okay. And where you see saints, it's the human spirit of the saved adult. Capiche?
Yes, sir.
Capiche.
Then just like what we had before, I made a table showing all the forces of faith, which was not complete then, to show you the hierarchy. I've done the same with the new. What is the idea behind this? The idea behind this is that so when you face a challenge, okay, because the Bible says the just shall live by his own faith. All our victories in this life is one of these 10. Do it with me. What you are getting in your life is either based on your desire. I'm using the full list on the left, or what you believe, or what you prayed about, or what is your opinion about a matter, or what I think we didn't see that one. Body and intellect. We didn't correct it. You have two terminations there. Let me give you what that is. As perception. Please, I'll correct that before sending it. Or what you perceive, or what has germinated in your heart, or what you have affections about, or what is your personality, or what is the thing that is rooted that you will all be stubborn about, and or the greatest one. What is it that is the God factor in your life? Another reason for this, and that's the main reason, this treasure, make sure your purpose is your number one treasure in life. Are you with me? It's going to help you. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8 will be your lot in life. You will get the promise of this life which we are living now and that which is to come. So I hope we understand this. Do you understand this? There's a question? All right, please.
The question is, hello sir. Hello sir, please, what's the difference between the act of giving and charity? Also, aren't all adults meant to be charitable? So why do people keep saying give to charity?
Let's appreciate the question, please. Charity, and not charity of a woman. That is charity and giving. And I'm going to use for example. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you go back to that hand of divine attribute, being charitable means being open-handed. Are you with me? But English then makes it up. Because if you go to the English dictionary, you probably see giving as part of another word for being charitable. Okay?
Yes.
But if in the same language, giving is totally different. Giving means to hand over. Because you are benevolent to somebody doesn't mean you are giving your finances to them. Hello? I know because of greed and poverty, some people, once you help them once, you will always be helping them.
Exactly.
If you ever pay their school fees, you are the one that will be responding for all their children to go to.
Yes.
If you ever help them during naming ceremony, you will name all the other children.
They will not have more.
They will not have more. See, talk no. They will not think that you have a disease. That's why you don't have more. So that I won't follow. But it was already before with my eye, but now put white with my eye cannot process. And this is better. My eye can process, but that one, my eye cannot process. So that's what giving is. As an adult human being, are you with me? Especially, we should be charitable. That's what the scripture says. Even if our enemy is hungry, we should feed them. Being charitable is part of walking in love. Okay. But that doesn't mean. Hello? That doesn't mean what?
Giving.
Now, people of God, let me tell you this. There's only two sisters. This is one of the reasons I say it should be easier for you to go to. But sisters, none of you should miss heaven. But it's easier for you to make heaven than men. And this is the reason. There are only two things in your life you should give yourself to. Will I tell you the two sisters?
Yes, sir.
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your God and your purpose. But brothers, that your God, your purpose, and your queen. That is why, sisters, when you give yourself to your husband, that's why it's your God. Because you don't have the DNA to give another person, apart from your God and your purpose, yourself to. And we separate between giving. Giving means you are. For example, now, someone is eating food. Does the person have to?
No, sir.
Hello?
Never had, sir.
But let me say, if the person has right over my food. You see what I say, sisters? You see that marriage is not the way God planned it. Who has right over it in this one we call marriage? Is it not the man that has right over the one? Go and read the scriptures. It's the wife that has. It's Christ that gave himself to the church. You see another where slavery starts a religion. Hello?
Never had, sir.
When somebody is saved, how do we say we are saved? Is that in the Bible? What is in the Bible is Christ that gave his life for us. Giving our life to Christ because we, the church, is the bride. Christ is the husband. It's the men that give their life over to their wives. I hope, sisters, this is. I did And let me tell you, if your present husband is not giving, that is because you are not his wife. The day you see his wife, you see the way he will give himself. Every man has it in them. And that's why there's nothing like polygamy. No man can give themselves over to two women at the same time. Solomon has proven that it's not possible. Even though he had 1,000 women. All they actually have were 1,000 slaves. Just let me know, you just like if you employ people, you have to manage their wife. The ones called wives are but they are slaves. Then the concubine are the manager slaves. The other one are the mere supervisor, but they are slaves. But in the midst of that, he still saw his bride because he's a man and he was just one. His bride was Milcah. That's why when God turned on him, it affected him. That's when he became a Casanova. Do you know why it will affect him like that? Because that is the person he gave himself over to. If he didn't give himself over to, he would not have affected him. Sisters, if you don't have that effect on yours, it's not your fault though. Before you turn yourself a transactional woman or lost woman, it's not what your fault. It's a man that the woman that will have that influence over them. That's why normally they don't counsel us. Normally, in fact, there was one radio program I was interview people. If you look at that program from an eye of religion, you'll be angry. But I was happy in our society. They were asking people on the street, if you and your spouse have a problem, say a religious figure, pastor, a marriage cancer, and you know, almost 100% of people they said it's a marriage cancer. Just one or two out of about close to 50 people that said they will is their pastor. It's not a religious thing. If it's a religion, marriage will not work. Because all that religion preaches is that one gender is a slave to the other. Okay? But the way God created man, there is a woman out there. When you have not met that woman, doesn't mean that woman doesn't exist. And if you have been married, you can't stop yourself. She said they're not supposed to give it to a man. They're not. To God and your purpose. That is God's word and your purpose. Men, God's word, your purpose, and your queen. That's what makes her your wife. That is why you see in the hand of king, you see wife. The woman that will be first in your life. And sisters is not your call. It's not part of hand of queen. Okay? What is part of hand of queen is lifter of the king that has made you his queen. That's your own call. If he has not made you his queen, you have no business. And you've seen that because you have children with a man, because a man desires to give himself over to you, that is when you are actually, so that is why it's the one that joins, not that joins. What will happen is women trying to join the man, it can't work. You don't have it in you, sisters, to be joined to a man. It's a man that have it to be joined to you. And let me tell you, if you're, there's nothing like you are blessed, married sisters. He is the one that is blessed. And what the scripture says, unless we are saying God is stupid, whosoever findeth a wife, the scripture says whosoever findeth a husband. So, I hope can we separate between and charity now? As adults, as human beings with compassion, with emotions, we should be okay? Yes. Ready blessing to people. understand. We should weep with them that weep and rejoice with them that rejoice. That is what charity means. But when it comes to giving, you should only give yourself to the purpose. That's the only God being a rewarder. That I've told you what gets of you see that his handmaid is faithful and best of you. And humility. You know why? Because the person you are following is the same person that your grace sustains. So if you are not humble, the moment you see that you cough, something happens to that your faithful pastor, man or woman, pride can enter. And next time I'm going there. It's true. So you are follows Christ. They're the only ones. They're the only ones. In fact, there's no handmaiden that people will not talk. People will not quit. People will not fight you over your relationship with a faithful pastor. It's going to happen. But faithfulness is what counts. And you know, another part of it is that part of your responsibility is if your faithful pastor is in error, you should be able to bring. It takes to be able to strike that balance. And you know, it's a grace that people will not even know. Talk less of thank you. And people know, unless when it is recorded like the grace of Sister Dorcas or Priscilla. Most times, we will know. If the scripture didn't mention the 5 women in Christ, we will not know. And the scripture said they ministered of their substance to. If not for what happened with the widow, maybe we would not have known. But when Elijah told us, say, relax, I've already prepared a widow to sustain you. So, it's your purpose, it's God's word. Sisters, it's God's word, your purpose. And your own brothers, you give yourself to. But all of us should be charitable. And the difference is this. Being benevolent, you are meeting a need. But giving, you are handing over. You are handing over, which is like responsibility. So I hope that answers the question. Let's appreciate the questioner again. It's a very good. Sometimes, asking, I'm sure some of us have been in that way, that some people will just be demanding. You are not now sure whether you should say no. Hello? So let me tell you this. Anything that has to do with your purpose will not be demanding. You hear what I've just said? Even if somebody is your faithful pastor and you are not made, they will be demanding. The best they will do is literally beg you. Please, I appreciate you do this, but not like a sense of you must, by fire and force, you must do this. So once people are getting, which is why people will say give charity. In fact, all these visit charity, but many people are using occultic means. Many of them have been to this party, they say go and give to the orphanage. Don't worry, their time is up. This truth has been put. By the time God are doing the authentic, being benevolent, all those people using the orphanage on innocent children. Do you know some people use their mothers when they are widows for money ritual? How wicked people could be. Somebody that the vehicle that to this world is not that person you want to use to make money. Continue. Now, right on rooftop, you'll be exposed for who you are. That one will not see. You husband using wives using husband. Use another human being. Think can fulfill your purpose. So I hope we can separate the difference. Okay, another question. Okay, quickly, please.
It says, also you taught You thought that we should be passionate about our purpose only. Then, is there another word or way one can express one's passion for things like art, music, or nature? Thank you, sir.
The next question said, I actually didn't use the word passion. I used the word treasure. And I was referring to these 10 forces that govern our life as adult humans, whether saved or unsaved. And for both saved and unsaved, our treasure is the highest force. That is why even when we saved, it's still our treasure that will determine whether we will make heaven or not. Now, what is treasure is deeper than passion. Under this one, passion is affection. That's why affection is emotions and choices. I'm not talking affection here. Okay? Of course, you can be passionate about things of this world. In fact, you cannot be in anything in this world if you're passionate about it. Do you know what has been proven with education, especially elementary education? Research has shown that every child is smart. It's just that what are the children smart in that differs from one child to the other. That's why now they are de-emphasizing positions in elementary school now. Because they've seen that that issue of position have slowed down some students from finding out what they are passionate about. Are you with me? And it's not everybody that can have clear-cut passion the way I had. I told you, you know, the first gift I had as a 6-year-old was a talking drum. Because everybody around me knew that I was a person of music. And they also said, even while crawling or scooting, whichever one, I will already be arranging things as months old. So they already know this. In fact, my mom said of all the 5 of us, I was the only one that she said, "Now this guy is going to grow up to be an engineer." I just fix things together. Some might not be like that. Passion is affection here. And we all have affection. But what matters is our treasure. And I said our treasure is that thing that we can't do without. Something that can never offend us. Even if it is our treasure. And treasure, it is the highest force. That is why if your treasure is not based in level, even if you are saved, I'm talking, treasure, it is intellect, which is the main entity in all of us, and our emotion, which is the female entity, which is the real authentic primary marriage inside all of us. A marriage that cannot experience divorce. You get it, people of God. Which is why you see people, that some people can't fulfill their purpose, even if they discovered it. The reason is that they have a treasure in life that runs conflict to their purpose. So because of that, they can't fulfill it. So that is what I meant. Treasure, not passion. But passion here is affection. One thing we are all affectionate about. Once that your affection is not your purpose, don't turn it into a treasure, please. Please. Brothers, are you listening to me?
Yes,
I've never said you brothers that need to marry, you are here to marry. I've never said that. So when you are a real king, be careful. You know why? If you are not careful, your marriage will become your treasure and you'll be able to fulfill your purpose because you are married. So men, not to now talk of women that don't even have anything. That's why I say, sisters, it's easy for you to make it. Your headache is only two: God's word and your purpose. Brothers.
sir.
Brothers.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. You can't do without Fola and Kelly.
I know.
Ask him. Somebody shouted along beside me. You're asking me that. For now, am I the one that shouted along? Just like when you shouted Shinning, you think everybody asked what you meant. So ask him too what along means. No. No.
Thank God.
It's not our own feminine. One is Folake, one is Kemi Sola. So this one are feminine.
It's true now.
As a Bible can't do anything. The truth is coming out. The person dating the two is to his mommy, and the mommy to his confirmed. Hallelujah.
I just want clarification.
So that's
Yes, sir. The clarification I want to have here is based on the gender is mapping to them. For example, now, for emotion, they have female. For this, there's no male, just female. And I want to know do they have, because since male the time is set up, so I want to know the
question. King Dennis is asking about these categories of this level of forces, 10 forces in our life. I give them gender sign. But if you look at it, there's only one of them that is a male entity. And what is that? The human intellect. The same with the only one that is female here, which is emotions. Our body is either or. That's why each of us, we either have a male body or female body. And if you remember, the reason why that is like that is because our intellect is like God's the truth, the spoken word, which is any God is does the initiative by the word. Our emotions is like eternal life, which is the result. What ends with is what starts with us. That's why for us, the term is emotions, the highest. But for God, it is eternal life, then our choices is good. That's why in our choice that you always say yes. We all say yes and no. Which is why, if you remember that hand of righteousness we went through the last time, once you say yes to the right, there is no way you won't say no to the wrong. Once you say yes to the wrong, there is no way. You get it? You won't say yes. The cause of choices is both gender. It's both yes and no. So, but what does male entity mean is the one that determines the gender. So of everything here, it's only our intellect that determines what forces to bring out. And that's why the scripture says in Proverbs 22:6, as a man thinketh, so is he. 3 John verse 2, beloved, I wish above all things that man prosper and be in it, even as what? And so forth. Then Romans chapter 8, Romans chapter 6. The spiritual man minded the things of this. Meanwhile, the carnal man is carnally minded. But that is the male entity. Even though your emotions might be, and what you have not thought with your mind cannot enter your emotion. Even though your human spirit is the doorway to the realm of the spirit, and the spirit doorway, whether you attract demons or angels is part of what you thought about, went to your emotion, and from your emotions pass through your human spirit. And what you are doing with your body, that is why the mind is the only identity. But you see, is not only, in fact, if you look at these forces, 3 of these forces, 3 or 4, count. 1, 2. These forces are determined by intellect. Another is determined by us, making 6. Then our human spirit determines 2. Then our body too determines what? 2. You see that, please?
Yes.
That's how it is. You see, whatever, even if it doesn't, even if it's the remaining 7, the mind doesn't determine, it still determines it indirectly. Because that thing that emotion determine came from your mind. That thing that your human spirit determine came from your emotions, which came from your mind. Are you seeing it now? Capish? Just remember another update. It's an update, especially men. I don't know what. Just hold on a second, please.
Thank you.
So let me bring up that update again. It's the and factor. Okay?
All right.
We've had this before, but because of the latest revelation of these forces, okay? That's why I believe it needs to change. And that's the end of energy. On the other chart, let me bring out this update that we're on. Now, when I was explaining why the mind is very important, remember what I said? I said even when it's forces that are determined by emotion, it has also come from the mind.
Yes.
If it's the human spirit, came from emotion, which came from the mind. So when you understand that sequence, then it tells you why. But you see, there was still an error, even though this was the reason why we say sexual energy is the highest. The error is this. If sexual energy is the highest, then there will not have been anything like rape being a crime. Of course, there are people who just have sexual fellowship with their spouses out of tradition, not any some physical expression. I know what I'm talking about. So that reduces or takes away that integrity that is the highest energy can be. From what I've just explained, the highest energy is spiritual. Because before something gets to your spirit, it starts from your mind, then to your emotion, now to your spirit. Next to spiritual will be emotions, because it starts from your mind, then your emotions. Next to that is now intellectual. So that's the one in the middle. Next to intellectual will now be physical. There are things we just do with our body without thinking. That's nothing to do with it. And one of them is childbirth. That's why to have children just needs your body, doesn't need you. You get it now. So, going by the assessment of a man into a woman, the only energy, sexual energy, can be above is physical or material, but not intellectual, not emotional, and not spiritual. That's why you even see that even in marriage, when a woman desires you, okay, you have more influence in his life than the one he's having sexual fellowship with. When a man is courting you, which requires emotions and his mind, you have more influence in his life than the you that has a child for, or you that is having sexual fellowship. And when a man gives himself over to you, which takes your intellect, your emotions, and your spirit. I hope you understand this. Because this is conflict to that level of assessment. I just remember this. So in your update, you will get a corrected version of this.
Thank you, sir. The question I have is between when something is good and when something is right. For like women that are going to be like surrogate mothers, is it something good or something right?
The question that was asked is also a very good question about surrogate mother. Being a surrogate mother for somebody, is it good or is it right? It's a good thing. Okay? And the reason why it's a good thing is that because you are rendering a favor. Anything that you are rendering a favor is a good thing. But the question is, it might not be right. Okay. The reason why it might not be right is this. There are so many children out there that need adoption. Why must you have a child? That's the question. So it will only be right if there is no adoption, there is no adoption. Then, who is initiating it? Is it the man or the woman? Most of the time, it's woman. And once you're a woman initiating this, it's as if sexual fellowship is higher than childbirth, and you are wrong to be initiating sex with a man, definitely it's wrong for you to be initiating childbirth. That's why God didn't face Sarah, and Sarah will be mother of all multitudes, or mother of whatever. It is Adam God faced. It's a man's call. Okay? But it doesn't mean you cannot do. That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing, but is it right? Is that the only option available? Do you understand? No kids outside to adopt. It's possible and the kid, you might not be able to pass. No, if you are a responsible couple, okay? But because what the adoption agency will be looking for, that if it will be your own child, how will you raise them up? So, because as long as there's a child you can adopt, you now say you must have it. But if that is the choice, yes, it is. the right thing. But as per God is a good thing. Anything that is like a favor is a good thing. Okay? But depending on it might not necessarily be right. Now you see some women, they say, I don't want to marry, but time is that I must give birth. Then never. No queen talks like that. Because who you are as a woman don't change because you give birth. Hello? Sisters, what did I say?
Who I am as a woman doesn't change because I give birth.
And guess what? Who you are as a woman doesn't change because you divorce and remarry. Is a man changes because he's a father? Is a man that changes because he has married before? Even if you marry a million times, it doesn't change. If you are God-fearing, it's not because you married 10 times. It's because you're a fulfiller of your purpose as a woman. Are you with me? But if you married by the second or third marriage is phased, better don't agree for such a man. You hear what I've just said? The one thing is the wife. The wife must you be only you. That your wife will be dying. Maybe you have to do. What if it's the husband that is dying with a woman? I don't think so. But if it is so, just coincidence that it doesn't. If you were with the first man died, the first marriage didn't work out. So that change who you are. So, I hope that answers the question very well. I remember I asked that can a woman who didn't marry adopt? Yeah. I also said this. If that is the only solution, is to adopt that child and for that child to be in the orphanage. You understand? That is when for all this culture that one sibling that you must carry responsibility. Tell your sisters. I hope everybody are here. Yes, please tell your sister when they marry and they have sisters, I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
My sister's picking. It's not your picking. That's why you see some women, they are not responsible, but they believe one sister is nice will help them. That's why in our culture, first daughters suffer a lot. I mean, not most first daughters in China, they are very quiet. Next time you will not say you don't even know the meaning of to cut. See example of what it means to cut. When the man is telling that first daughters are they not the way of putting their leg. What does it mean for a man to cut? That's what it means. To make the woman to be rolling on the floor out of laughter. For the woman to be saying, you shall. So answers the question, please. So please let's balance. Even though we are loving, let's stay in the balance. It doesn't have anything to do with our purpose. Don't give yourself over to it. Are you with me? So it's only God's word your purpose. Let's be charitable. Then, relative to this, if it's a good thing, you can do it. People have asked me, how do I do this? Donating yourself. You can donate as a man, since it's your body that is needed for reproduction. But if you are not saying, if they use your seed, you have problem. You can't know you donate, no matter how much it is, you can go. So I don't think any spam bank does that. They scrap your identity because they realize that they just need God only needs your body to have a child, not the man and woman. But to me, it's not right when it's a woman that is asking for that. There's a reason why, because the only time your work is when a man is men that can stay under an umbrella. A woman cannot determine who is staying under your umbrella. So even if you are going to adopt, if man, are you with me? Initiates it. Do you get it? Beautiful. That is when your be for that adopted child. I'll be like it now. Not when you are asking for it. Even if it's surrogacy, let it be. Who wanted? Answer me now. Between Abraham and Sarah, who wanted the child? Who told you it's my PA? Leave me alone.
Sarah.
You know why Ishmael was blessed?
Why is it?
Because of Sarah. It was Sarah that recommended it. Even though you take that child in your womb, but because it's at your influence, but it must not be initiated by you. It must be initiated by the man, but at your own discretion. Now, let it be the man that will say, sweetheart, since we're having challenge. You see, that's one of the things why you are prospering. Not that are you with me? Not because the bastard has not grown. How you are that? Their wife is a queen. With adoption or with someone. So sisters, you don't need to be afraid or scared. You don't be a woman that pregnancy is not recommended for. The wife's approval. But don't come and tell you an authority that somebody is with you. Husband is impotent. That one, you are looking for extra fun. Tell yourself the truth. Or the man should please, next service is going to be New Year's Day. So, hello.
Heaven eyes, sir.
I have to tell you, there's nothing like night watch or night guard service. Like cross border. There's nothing like crossover service. See, all this thing is mindset. There's nothing you will learn in any crossover service that you can't learn in starting each day of your life. You can tell you I wanted to risk your. Thank you, sir. Everybody, turn to Colossians. Thank you. I will round up the scripture. Come and see what Christ said. So you will know that all these things are a expression of stupidity. Colossians. Let's appreciate Father for reminding me of this one, please. I read from Colossians chapter 2, read from verse 11. Go to read fast because it's about 7 verses. Colossians chapter 2 from verse 9. It says, "For in Christ dwells all the fullness of Godhead bodily." That means that once you are in Christ, you have access to the fullness of God. Okay? And those are those 5 attributes. In fact, with all those 5 attributes, you have faith in those 5 attributes. There's nothing in this life you are looking for. You don't need anybody to pray for you. The only thing you might need somebody to pray with you. But you don't need somebody to do what? Pray for you. Once you have these 5 attributes. I like this verse 10. I want all of us, let's read this verse 10, the first sentence before the comma. And you are complete in Him.
Complete is Him.
Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
That you are not deficient in Him. Once you are saved, you are complete in Him. All this, I'm not coming because I'm not married. The lie. The lie. In fact, let me tell you this. For you to know you are complete in the floor, that's why your grace is greater than that of a pastor. If you are not made, your grace is greater than that of a pastor. To know that you are complete in Him, because God is a God of balance. That your grace is greater than the grace of the person you have to follow to heaven. See the balance. So that the person you are following to heaven to cannot be proud. And say, I don't need you. That's why you see me every time I say it's a privilege to be your pastor. Because we are complete in Him. Nobody is deficient. Don't let it make you inferior. Anybody that's making you feel, if you cut them off, even if it's me. Are you with me? Even if you cut me off, I'm making you feel inferior. Which is the head of all principalities and powers. Verse 11. He said, in Him, in whom also you are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands, in putting on the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Christ. Can you see that? Buried with Him. You see people even this day about baptism, water baptism. That's why they initiate many people say the big problem. When Christ said, John the Baptist baptized you with water, but I will baptize you with what? Holy Spirit. And now, people that have been baptized in water. When did you see the apostle ask anybody about water baptism? No wonder that one started the pool and for you to enter one pool of the water. Imagine. You are also risen with Him through faith of the operation of God. That's why I say, people of God, once you are saved, you are in heaven as I'm talking. The difference is that you are not on. Are you with me? You are what? You are seated where Christ is seated. That is what the purpose is. In fact, I pray. I don't know whether it's the right prayer. I said it last time. But I'm praying. I always do that. I don't know whether it's the right prayer. Okay? I'm praying that any of us, I pray heaven opens your eyes to see what happens in heaven anytime you have fulfilled your purpose. You'll be, in fact, you will never joke with your purpose. If what happens in heaven, anytime you have, no matter how small that purpose is. But that's what matters to heaven. Every other thing doesn't matter to heaven. You eat or you drink or you give marriage and giving back doesn't matter to heaven. What else will matter? Your job is and couple of dollars. What matters is you fulfilling your purpose. That's what heaven is concerned about. Verse 10. And you being dead in your sins and on circumcision of the flesh, are ye quickly together with Christ, having forgiven you all your trespasses. Do you see why I always tell you that when you make mistake, it's the devil that wants to make you to feel bad and guilty. Your confession, no matter the mistake, that's what I've told you. Okay, if you can't say your mistake, I give all of you freedom. Contact me personally. Come and tell me that mistake you think is worse than mine that I've told you. You can't find no mistake in this assembly is the worst, and I told you why. Because mine has directly to do with the hand of God, with God's program. He helped God the only person, your own elder was you. Your own mistake didn't hold anybody down. Are you with me? So, Pastor, I'm not going to heard you that you didn't hold me down. It's true. Because if as long as I'm preaching, even if you are not me, you don't lift up, God will raise me that will lift my hand. So you didn't hold me down. It's yourself you hold down. But mine held God's hand down. And if you can see me, I still forgive myself and I move on. Why can't you forgive yourself and move on? Whenever you make mistake, what you should tell yourself, rejoice against my enemy. If I fall 7 times, I'm going to rise up each of those 7 times and tell them that thing you think I can't, I'm going to do it. Call that challenge by name. Say to yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That I'm not going to be afraid of man or situation. I'm going to fulfill my purpose. That's how we should treat. He said, because God has forgiven all our trespasses, you forgive yourself. Anybody that makes you more conscious of your mistake is from the devil. God has nothing to do with that person in your life. Anybody that is meant to be in your life, they will encourage you, no matter your shortcoming. They will tell you, put yourself together, you can do it. That's what they will tell you. And anybody that's meant to be, I will not looking for ways to set you up. Over this, I see that's what people want to say. I'm telling you. Sometimes, only Spirit say don't have. And you will see how the people will be so angry. How about you get angry if I can't meet an appointment? If it's my purpose, am I not the one? Am I not myself? I'm doing. But you see, people will get so. Sometimes you're so surprised. As a pastor, there are people who demand to know my movement. That cannot be God. If means your pastor is not demanding, no. Why must somebody else demand? Because people are there, their pastors are demanding, must not make it right. It doesn't make it right. Also, being your pastor is a spiritual relationship, not natural. So why must I know the cloth you are going to wear? Today that you see why I was scared of him. Came with the same color. That was why I was happy. All I just said, they didn't want me to wear socks today. Later, that's what that's the source of power. So that was when I said, okay, I will not wear socks. Of course, if I could touch an you see now my own person I copy is or I example. So I hope you see that people of God. Yes. Right. 14. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that is written against you, against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out on a nailing in cross. Let's get to that point whereby all the things people say against us doesn't bother us. We are not created to be a man pleaser. Yes. As your pastor, you are not meant to please me. Fulfill your purpose. Are you with me? That's why I say, even if you are not meeting in my life and ministry, sometimes you might have to hurt my feelings to fulfill your purpose. If I'm going the wrong track, you will be bold and say, my pastor, please, I don't agree. Because my job is to make sure you are okay. You won't be okay taking this decision. I'm not going to agree. See, there was one time some Christians wanted to blackmail me, and me, I used to be a giver. In fact, that crazy toast I told Mama. Nobody replied, Mama asked. It's a sensible reply, no one Mama asked. Mama said, I hope one day when we have children, you will not give our children to eat. No, it's true. Mama is saying, ask her. That's how coins talk. My mama, they hear me. I almost made my father bankrupt. If I go to school that time, as young as I was, once somebody doesn't have shoe, I will remove my shoe. It was then my father now devised to go and be buying rubber shoe for me. Because you know I don't like anything rubber because I sweat a lot. That's when I stopped giving my shoe. If you will kill me. I know my argument. I have another one that I can wear. Then the day they even defeat that one, I still gave that one. Why did you give that? You can afford to buy me another. And then in Nigeria, that has not come down. It used to be Leonard's. The number one Leonard's shop was down the street I grew up. So I would point, I said, I know you will go to Leonard's, you will go and pick another one. So look at this kind of way. You know? Everybody around me. In fact, today people still take advantage of that because they know that I'm very better. But thank God for one of their needs. So these people, I wanted, guess what I wanted to give them? Equivalent of present day 360,000 each. That's how this sister said, and it's problem. That is 720,000. Which of them are giving that one? This I said no, that if I don't need, I should bring it. That was brain research. So even if you are not, you should have that kind of boldness. Apart from you are not going to fail under my watch. But you see, it makes you being confident in who you are. That Christ is. In fact, God didn't call us Christians, He called us Christ. The moment you discover your purpose, that is Christ. And let me tell you, you become untouchable. Everybody around you begin to get blessed. Principalities and powers, He made a show of them, disgracing them openly. So why are you struggling with the devil? Christ has dealt with him. That's why all these pastors talking them demon of this, demon of Fanta, demon of coke. It's not from God. It's from the pit of hell. It's to instill fear into you. I saw another post on, and this one was very comical, but there is truth in it. They showed when the Americans seize any animal, the way they will go after it. The Europeans see any, but it's in Africa. If you see an animal happen to appear at night and happens to be black in color, shouldn't you know what resembles your color? The one you don't cause, you will say die by fire. For me, but if you go to the bush now, you are hungry, you are ready to kill and eat. And look at where I'm now going. For you to know that God is not in any crossover or cross gutters. He says, let how many man?
No man.
And when it's no, what percentage? 0. Even if the man is a pastor, no matter the day, he said, let the man judge you in what you are eating, or in what you are drinking, or in respect of what?
Another day.
Mm-hmm. Christmas, Chris wait. See, when you are going to have Christmas, very soon we have go to new mass, open mass. No, it's true now. Don't worry. As you don't get, one of you is going to be present and you're going to cancel all these holidays. In fact, we should have productivity day. Productivity day. We appreciate hard work. All this one that monkey the baboon they chop. And the Ministry of Labor will be empowered, especially in the private sector. In this day and age, how can somebody be working for you for 10 years, no increment? That's evil. That's evil. In fact, we turn Nigeria to American style. No, in America, they pay per hour. Do you know why? That's what paid the staff. Because when you have a contract of 40 hours a week, now you know how you want to do your hours. Whether 10 hours per day, 4 days, the remaining go and do another job. I'm not sure you're getting it. This is not the one which you will use sometimes. It pays the employer. That's why one day when I start recruiting, don't remember this one. When it's time for me to recruit, here I will be paying annually. And I will pay you. But when you see the money, you will think I love you. And it's going to pay me. It pays the worker, the person doing the work, to be paid as minimal sequence as possible. But you know, if I pay you for 1 year, literally you have become a slave for 1 year. But you are now working the money I've given you. And you have to invest money, you spend all the money. And you can't come and say, yeah, January, January, and you have to work. And because it's going to be a sum of money, you stop the work, you wait December. So you have to pay back. But you know, if it's hourly, it's very easy. That's why you see smart landlord. Some people collect daily self. So there is a day's notice they will give you. But those ones that collect 1 year, you will give them 1 year. You now see the tenant spoil the house. You now will do it. So that's the mindset. But it's just saying that being your own person. Don't let people be predicting your life for you. See, let no man judge you in meat or drink or in respect or the new moon. Happy new month. This month of December. It will not be you. It will tie you. It will not tie you with the month. That be singles, just last month. The year is coming to our end. Tells you, even if I has no beginning or end, so which year is coming to an end? It's just mind programming, and some people are benefiting from this stupidity. Won't you give one free after the crossover service? Is it for free? You know, one denomination, one Pentecostal, battery, they are already selling tickets for the crossover service. And you say that's church. Sit down in your house. You don't have crossover. If you like, go. You have had the truth. When they bundle you, don't come and meet me for special prayer. But we will have it's our normal midweek Sabbath. Like people like holiday. They're giving us holiday, okay? So Wednesday service will be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Nigeria. Not because it's January 1. Capish? Sir?
I think the way you're looking at us and saying it, you can see it.
As if what? When I know you now. Because I know some of your bodies shout and yes, go ahead, man.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead, man.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What then is the place of water baptism? Thank you, sir.
You know the Bible. Show me the scripture that talks about water baptism.
Never.
Oh, yeah. Your twin brother here, who arrived this world the same year. Hold on.
But John the Baptist did, and the one he baptized Jesus Christ in. He came to fulfill.
Are you Christ?
And John the Baptist baptized.
Are you Christ?
It's not so.
Okay, it's not right. So if you are Christ, where is John Baptist that baptized you? No, it's true now. See, we're so surprised the day all of us start becoming super students of the scriptures. You will see how many stupid things will believe that it's not scriptural. I'm serious about this one. If I start service henceforth until I change my mind with prayer, because I've empowered you to, even if I forget, you must not forget. And God, please do whatever you do to enter his brain. If it's sharp, pastor must not compose song, send it to his phone as ring. No, it's true. Some of these things are just criticism. It's just mindset. There is no God behind any of them. Okay, so if somebody should be baptized in water, shouldn't the apostle be the first? Shouldn't Mary Magdalene be the first? Okay, and in Ephesians, when Apostle Paul went to he asked them, have you been baptized with the Holy Spirit since you believe? Have you been baptized with water? That you think that they participated in the baptism of water. So don't think that water they scare me. That's why I'm saying this thing. But some great men went to swim yesterday. They enjoyed the swimming because the water baptism. So this is not scripture. See, this is one of the reasons why religion is filled with demonic activities. Because once you do something that is not scripture, God is in the name at all. That's why all this gathering, in fact, logically it doesn't make sense. You know why? By 11 o'clock Nigerian time in the morning, December 31st, that means, you know, a set of twins some years ago. One was born, one's birthday is December 31st, the other one was January 1. But they were born 10 minutes apart. Maybe that's why men are very happy that they were not born like that. But I would have decided, I senior you. One will say, my old one skin. This one will say, I'm new one skin. That is the thing. This date thing is just man-made. Are you with me? What matters to God is your faith in your purpose. That's why I say that let no man judge you. Stop. I know why there are people to judge, because we too are judging people. I was is that what you ask? Happy New Year! Happy New Year! We wish you a Merry Christmas. Somebody that's not remembered you from January to December. They now call me. Go ahead, man.
Yes, sir. I totally agree with what the sharing and everything. But can you please explain the principle of birthday? Like all these years, you've been teaching us about. Then when he says you wouldn't start the service with prayer, does it apply to when we start our day? You know, one tends to just commit the day to God's hand, like one is starting a new day. Then when one is adding a year to one's, it's like there is a scripture, I don't know the scripture that says, so please, can you please just explain what we are reading that is according to the word?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not sure whether we have a hand factor called hand of senses. Do we? Let me quickly check. Because if we do, we answer this question perfectly. Hand of senses. What about the five senses? Let me just quickly scroll down. And the reason why I want that is because all of us don't understand what prayer is. When prayer is needed to close your eyes, heads bound. Not sure what we have, but you can see, just let me know. Okay. Now, by definition, with your mouth what is already conceived in your human spirit. Are you with me? Please, people of God, it's not only by voice you actually act with your voice. Remember, many of times for the children of Israel, the voice is actually a form of prayer. Even though what you say with your mouth is what you are saying. But guess what? What you do, what you lay your hands to do, where your feet goes is higher than what you say with your mouth. Which is why if you pray verbally for something you believe in your heart, and you go and walk or go or live or act contrary to that, is that your action that will come to pass, not what you said with you. Which is why we see, isn't it?
Yes.
Which number? Okay, it's power factor. Thank you for that. Somebody really wants to decide. It's good. It's a good one. How can see example how you should preserve your good job now. 14, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank God for this. I knew we had it, but just this talks about levels of holiness, senses, and prayer. The levels at which we have things. Like if you look at the regular prayer, okay, it is taught to the highest, but it's not the only level by which we pray. But you see, what makes it prayer is because it's coming from, not just that you are talking. You can say something. If you have an agreement, it won't come to pass. That's why you see people that pray, Father bless me, but in their heart they believe they are lost. It has to come to pass. That's why you see some parents because they will not be saying after their children, especially mothers. So these are the ways you bat. So what you see from now, what you smell, what you touch, what you taste with your tongue, what you hear from your heart, how you appear from your heart. In fact, you can bat your victory for a promotion the way you dress. The way you dress for an interview, they will just cite you. Because that's where grooming is. Then what you are using your house to do, you are batting. But it's just religion that takes only one. See how evil the religion is. Just take the verbal one. Then even in that one, it's not using it coming from your heart. It's putting things like that you are praying because sister, you must carry scarf. That was so ridiculous. No scarf. Thank God, telling that we are moving forward. You carry scarf. See on Sunday, one of our brothers in the house, very fine attire, very fine, carry cap, left inside the car. Why? I think this is a married man who has discovered his queen, so there is nothing like threat anywhere. What is that? Is that not religion? That I said, when men pray, don't wear cap, or the Pope will wear cap. See, Pope, is that not making a slave of you? Start thinking, people.
Yes, sir.
No, that's why people couldn't believe that Jesus Christ was Messiah. Because when it comes to prayer, he didn't join on this nonsense. And you know, did you see anything where Jesus prayed with people? He was always praying alone. The only time he tried it, the other 3 they slept off. Brothers,
Yes, sir.
most religious men are witches. Instead of you to look for a God-fearing, sound woman who can say no to you, you are looking for the one that knows how to pray. She will pray your destiny without prayer. Continue.
For 1 hour.
Is it not the same Jew that wants to build Ibadan size? God that told you that nobody can pray. Is his own way to pray. Don't marry that. So this is what. So know what this means. Even if you have believed, agree with me. Let's even say, okay, they distributed things into here. Okay, you wanted something. Oh, what did you desire for 2020? Okay, is it based on the truth? If it's based on the truth, do you not believe it? Again, what do you desire? And is everything, that's what you should do with everything. Is it based on the truth? The number 3, do you believe it? The moment you start seeing that thing, after you believe it, it's a form of prayer. And if it's something that you sing it, it's enough, you will have it. If it is you smelling it, perceiving it, it will come to pass. If it is you touching it, feeling it, it will come. If it's you tasting it, it will come to pass. Do you understand that? That is why when the Bible was saying, ask and you shall receive, the Christ was not just the asking anybody one-on-one. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Start with what you want. You eat, we find husband for you. You understand? But if you're a man now that you want to get, that is scriptural. Right? So you now move to the next one. Do you believe? And let me tell you, right from you seeing a coin, God direct you to a coin. To where you are walking, you will see heaven will use that part of that belief. You get it now? Well, let me tell you this, as I'm actually praying. That is why before each service, there are things I desire for the service. And I establish with the scriptures that is it right or wrong. Then I now move to the level of belief. Sometimes I take time to do the verbal prayer. Sometimes the preparation is not prayer. I'm not sure you're getting it. I will not see that sometimes in service, somebody just start asking a question, the service kicks off. But when you say there's no time until you say, Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for today. We keep our eyes closed and our ears open. And you now wonder why people are sleeping during service. Are you not the one that said So that's the what God is. That's why if you look at the scripture, do you know that it will really like it's a different Christianity we are practicing? Because in Acts of Apostles, no prayer meeting. But they prayed. Yeah. They prayed. They were hard working and they were getting results. Where God directed the womb, because they know that each of their lifetime, they are battling things. So people of God, please, you are battling 24/7. Don't assume that it's only when you come to a building. Are you with me? You are battling. Somebody's asking here that even if you go in the showers, you are battling. Yes. You are battling cleanliness. You are battling hygiene. Yeah. When you stand your ground, sisters, as a queen, you are battling. You are battling deliverance from women that are in bondage to men. That's what the Bible says. As soon as Zion traveled in back, she did what? And those struggles sometimes you meet in your place of work, in your family, in your neighborhood, they are the struggle like back pain. Because your lifestyle is battling. That's why that travel is coming. So that you would not succeed in battling that thing. That's why, for example, now, maybe you are landing in my life as a quick will call pastor. You might see that you will know the network will not go. That's the travel. Or God says, have you not had this? Sometimes God will tell you to sow money to someone and you don't have a dime in your pocket. Has it happened to you sometimes? There will be a lady that sow. That is the travel like a woman in labor pain. When you face that, don't give up. Are you with me? Still continue seeing this with you. See yourself doing what God is telling you to do. Okay? Start perceiving it. Start touching it. Start experiencing it. Start walking like it is done. You get it? Heaven will now open windows of love. And the principle we need to use, whether it's a day, whether it's a week, whether it's a year, even if it's a decade. Parents, yes, you can use this same principle. You see why religion is so devilish. It will limit it to a year. It should be towards our children's future. As your child, as you gets pregnant, are you with me? Start giving birth to fulfilling of their purpose. You get it? But you know nobody will teaching you that. Yet everybody will carry December 31st. Life is more important. A human life is more important than one December 31st or January 1st. We parents can do that over our children. And you can do that now. You don't have to wait till January 1st. Okay? You can do it over your career. You get it? The same faith that will make that career to happen in 2020 can happen now. Monday is still 2019. You can get the job. Or they can call you for the contract. I'm not sure you're getting it. But 2020 might be full. With people that have more faith than you. But 2019 might still be vacant. So that's what the Bible says. Now faith is. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy cross everywhere. And if you are married, Madam agrees for you, you can cross her in 2020. Yeah. I say if she agrees, so don't come and say Pastor said we should. I didn't say anybody should do. But that's some of you brothers. That's the only part of today's message you hear. Sisters, if your husband comes to you, that's the only part of crossover. Tell them so. That is the only part of the message. Tell him that he's transactional. Wait. Do you know when I've been preaching since? Is this almost 4 or 5 hours? 4 hours. All that you will hear is not only that one. Is that cross over to the new year.
It's the most interesting one.
Sisters, married sisters, please, December 34th, latest 7 o'clock, go to bed. I'm waiting. See the excitement. I've been saying all that things. You are not excited. When I said that, because you can do that, but that's what you do. Okay. All that is okay, give her money. Let's have with $1 billion. Cross over with, okay, sisters, we change it. Don't let them cross you over for 2020. They must bless you with billions for 2020. We won't talk for that one.
You're doing your duty as a man now.
That's your duty. It's not your duty, it's a privilege.
Are you police officer?
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Sisters. See, it's a privilege. It's a privilege you are giving him. It's not right. Sisters, it's your right, it's your body. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
But it's a privilege. Let me give you, me and father went to go and water some garden some which night? I think 2 nights ago. And he taught me something. In one of those flower beds, come and see the weeds that were growing, almost fatter. I know the next father said, and I never saw it like that. He said that means that a wronged man can even be enjoying the grace of a woman more than the husband. No, it's true. It doesn't mean anything is wrong. It's you, the man, that didn't tap into the grace. You, that own wife, you are not desiring her. You don't believe in her. You don't cut her. You don't hand yourself over to her. The person that hand over yourself to her, he will talk grace. Just like that weed was. No, it's true. The flower itself, the flower look like bonga fish. Come and see the weeds, very green like vegetable. Using the same resources, the fertilizer we put there and the water. That's who you are, sisters.
Yes, sir.
If he's not enjoying your grace, he's the one not tapping into you. You understand?
Yes.
Please enjoy your night, December 31st. We all see you on Wednesday, 2 o'clock on